Hello there, welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff happening in the Vtuber world. We have a Google Doc right here, and today we'll talk about the greatest liar in Vtuber history. This Vtuber right here is ReiiFlynn, the CEO of the Vtuber agency Virtux, also known as Virtux VE. This Vtuber CEO right here, ReiiFlynn, lied so much that his Vtuber agency basically disintegrated into nothing, with most of its Vtubers speaking out against him. The Virtux Vtubers are accusing ReiiFlynn of lying to them. He lied about a potential VShoujo partnership, some high-profile watch-alongs with creators like Pathological VA and Dokibird. The Vtuber CEO, ReiiFlynn, would also lie about being best friends with the VShoujo CEO, Gunrun, claiming Gunrun had partial ownership of the Vtuber agency Virtux and was supposed to hold the position of Chief Management Officer. ReiiFlynn also claimed that the Gunrun was able to fire people at the Vtuber agency Virtux. Rei also failed to pay for artists, commissions, contractors, and employees at the company. At one point, the Vtuber CEO apparently lied about being hospitalized to avoid paying a video editor. ReiiFlynn, the Vtuber CEO, actually told so many lies that people are speaking out against him. There's not one, not two, but 7 Google Docs accusing him of false promises, lies, and crimes he committed while he was CEO at the company. Today we will primarily be taking a look at the Google Doc created by Vixie, the Vtuber who used to work under the Vtuber agency Virtux VE, operated by the greatest liar on earth, ReiiFlynn. But first we take a look at some opening statements by some Vtubers who used to work at this Vtuber agency. We have Cause Vtuber saying, "I was a part of Virtux VE. Everyone has seen the documents and the screenshots. This is a super tragic and unfortunate situation. Everyone was scammed and lied to for an entire year. Artists and creatives were not paid, ranging from a few $100 to thousands of dollars. I will be making a proper statement going in depth a bit later. But for now, enjoy this video." We also had Zion chiming in, saying, "Hi everyone, I want to make a statement since things are starting to be released by other talents. I was supposed to be a part of Virtux VE's next wave. It was supposed to be a space-themed wave. During my interview with ReiiFlynn, he made unprofessional comments about other agencies like Face Connect, Hololive, and Nijisanji, which should have been my first red flag. I was genuinely blinded with how happy I was that an agency liked me. Rei, the CEO, had promised a new outfit or model, but my 3.0 was already in the works, plus more, and I was supposed to sign with them in September of this year. Unfortunately, after last month, I was doubting that it was even going to happen, as Rei basically ghosted me after our interview. As of a few days ago, all of the talents have left the agency, based off their treatment from Rei. I want to say that I'm heartbroken about this entire situation, and also mortified that the talents were treated in ways that they were. I'm also equally as sad that the artists in this situation were treated this way. They have put a lot of love and work into Virtux and are the backbone of our community. I don't have much else to say other than please support the talents that went through months of ghosting and unfulfilled promises. Their stories and those who have posted will be shared below." And as promised, Zion shared a ton of Google Docs created by the various talents, as well as statements given by the various talents, artists, and people who used to work with her Vtuber agency owned by the greatest liar on earth, ReiiFlynn. With many of the statements claiming the CEO mistreated them, lied to them, and made false promises. And now, finally, we take a look at the Google Doc. This is Vixie's experience with ReiiFlynn and Virtux VE. Vixie would begin by saying, "I am now a former, yet to be announced talent for Virtux Virtual Entertainment. This document will go over all my experiences with the company and the fraudulent actions of the CEO ReiiFlynn. The long and short of it is this: every single talent and staff member of this agency, myself included, was lied to about multiple things for over a year. These lies included everything from promised equipment and art to a promised partnership with VShoujo. If I censor a name, it's because I don't feel comfortable sharing their identity myself, or they have requested to not be named. They are always welcome to identify themselves, however. Please also note that all staff hired by ReiiFlynn were just as much in the dark as we were, and any ill feelings should be directed at ReiiFlynn himself. If you find any screenshots in this document difficult to read, you can find an album of them here. Review in a higher resolution. I suggest using the album if you are on mobile and zooming in on a PC. If any links don't work on mobile, you may need to copy-paste. So this is the list of things that Vixie is going to talk about. She's going to talk about her experience with ReiiFlynn and Virtux VE, her recruitment, VShojo plus other partnerships lie, live 2D model art lie, overlays lie, failure to pay as agreed, other various lies, final announcement, other documents, conclusion, TLDR, and extra details. Okay, Vixie's recruitment. This portion is simply to prove that I was recruited for Virtux and signed a contract. We now have reason to believe that the contracts we signed are void, and thus, despite his supposed NDA, I will post proof of the various things that I went through as a talent. In October 2023, I was contacted by ReiiFlynn and asked if I was interested in joining his up-and-coming VTuber agency. We have Reii, the CEO, saying, "Not gonna lie, them being a mess sort of works in my favor because I've been seeing your growth and wondered, would you be interested in joining Wave 3 of Virtux? I don't need an answer right now, anything as Wave 3 would launch next September or October. So if you like the way that Instincts Wave 1 launches in January, I'd love to have you on board. Of course, I'm always happy to have a meeting, first to discuss what your needs are, budgets, the rollout plan, and to answer any questions." Vixie responds saying, "I would definitely be interested, but would also want to have that meeting to talk about things. I appreciate your notice. I'm also excited to see what happens for Instincts and how they grow. I've been toying with making a new account and just trying out some things to see how fast I can make them grow, without resorting to follow baiting, etc. of course. So I'll share that info with you when I get it going, if you want to pay attention to it." With Reii answering, "Awesome, yeah, for sure, Instincts has a lot planned. I'm incredibly excited for all of it to come out, and it is in its final prep stages. But Wave 2 talents have just been signed and we're getting them on any necessary waitlists and setting them up with their own artists. And now I'm working on the edgiest, sexier wave, which I'm still finalizing that name on. I would love to check that out. Growth on Twitter specifically has been such a mess since Elon took over." Vixie responding, "Heck yeah, I love that." Reii would say, "With these agencies popping up everywhere and creating no excitement, I've decided to go the extra mile, and I really believe Virtux is going to do something special." We have Vixie saying, "Yeah, there have been so many of them, and so many doing shady shit too. I'm super excited to see all of your hard work pay off." Oh god, this is foreshadowing. And Reii is saying, "Same, I think the main thing with Virtux that I really want to make clear to everyone is that we don't own anyone's IP. We're less of a Nijisanji and more of an agency that helps small talents with tons of potential to grow. And that's why Instincts is so important, because it will be us growing a full wave of small creators that are amazing and that no one knows." Alright, moving on. Vixie would say, "Reii and I had previously worked together and I considered him a friend. We had a good track record. Without doxing what I know of his employment, suffice to say that he seemed like someone who would be able to start a business or agency and be successful. At the time, I was in talks with another up-and-coming agency. Based on what was offered, I ended up going with Virtux VE." We have the CEO, Reii, saying, "Uzi and I are both super excited to work with you and help you make your content creation dreams come true. For the finalized contract, we would just need a message telling us what you would like for debut or any artist you prefer. We'll also send you options if you'd like based on the artist you send in. Your last 3 months of earnings from any stream, video platforms, your legal name, legal address, a photo of any ID proving that you're at least 18 years of age. All of your info remains secure and strictly confidential. All that info we can prepare a legal contract and accurately calculate primary variable revenue split for your approval. Just let me know if you have any questions. You can send all that in an email to hello@virtuxve.com. Welcome to Virtux." And now we're Reii saying, "First I want to say sorry for the delay in getting contracts out. I've been sick and unable to work at full capacity, so to avoid making any mistakes, I took some time off to recover. Expect one in your inbox in the next couple of days. Thanks for your patience, and again, I apologize for falling behind." Okay, I don't think we need to cover this. We have enough proof that she actually worked, or at least was trying to work with the VTuber agency, so let's move downwards. We have reached the section titled VShojo plus other partnerships lie. The biggest lie we were told involved Virtux partnering with VShojo. Reii led us all to believe that he was good personal friends with the CEO of VShojo, Gunrun, and that Gunrun was given ownership for a portion of the company. He also stated that Gunrun would be our new CMO, under an alias. Reii had shown legitimacy on his contacts prior, so it seemed plausible that he would be telling the truth. This became especially important when there was a time that Reii threatened to hand the company over to Gunrun and quit altogether. Of course, we know now that every bit of that was completely fabricated. We have Reii saying, "After this partnership, we might, but yeah," Vixie saying, "Things take time. Lol. Reii saying, oh wait, did I leak? Whoops, I thought I told you. Reii would then proceed to leak this image, showing a crossover between VShoujo and Virtux. We have Vixie responding to the revelation, saying, I think my brain just stopped working. Reii, the CEO, said, keep it quiet, shh, ha ha ha. Our CMO is a VShoujo staff. Vixie saying, absolutely, my lips are sealed, but you should have heard the noise I made. Now we have Vixie saying, here, Reii mentions the implication of him quitting. And we have the Discord screenshot saying, Reii would say he had a massive headache and felt like ass, so I'm meeting with Redacted tomorrow. If you wanna kinda explain to them a bit about stuff while staying vague and not mentioning I'm planning on quitting, I'm cool with it. Vixie would say, I'm sorry you feel like crap. I hope you feel better, sure thing. Vixie comments on the situation saying, Reii decides to stay and says once again that we're partnered with VShoujo. With Reii saying, well, it's done, I'm staying. I'll be announcing on the server in a couple of days. We're officially partnered with VShoujo on paper. Vixie saying, congrats. What made you decide to stay? Reii answering, haha, actually, well, the people that I knew and supported me like you, Instincts, Kiri, Redacted, etc., and hilariously enough, Gunrun. You guys helped me realize that I'm not a failure. I'm just one person that's been stretched way too far with no assistance. This is an announcement in which Reii talks about bringing on a new CMO and a partnership in the agency, which he privately told everyone, including staff, is VShoujo. We have Reii, the CEO, saying, howdy everyone, sorry for the delay on this. Got home super late from work and then got called back in. So I'm writing this from my phone. Again, sorry for the lack of updates on some things. I've been trying my best, but between work life and managing Virtux things behind the scenes, it's been a little hard to juggle everything myself. So we have decided to reach out to someone trusted to help manage things and keep everything on track as a Chief Management Officer, CMO. This means a few things. I will still mostly be in charge of the things I'm good at, marketing, outreach, collabs. He'll be in charge of payments, co-organization, timelines, artist management, and the stuff that ensures that we can launch things in a timely manner. We're finishing up organizing things, but I hope we can get him in the server and in a meeting to meet everyone soon. This person has tons of experience, content creation, Vtubers, and timelines, so I'm sure he'll do a great job while also keeping me in line, teaching me how to be a little better at my jobs. Virtux will enter a partnership with another agency. While I've been instructed not to share which as of right now, please know that I would never think of this as an option if I didn't know this agency is one that respects creators, our vision, and plans. Some of you already have a pretty good idea what agency it is. All I ask is that we don't share speculations until I'm able to speak more clearly on the matter once all paperwork is settled. That being said, something like this definitely requires more clarity on the matter, which is why I wanted to address it in a vocal meeting, but I'll try my best to answer questions in DMs. This does not change our plans, it just opens up more doors in terms of budget and possible collaborations in the future. Once the announcement has been made, everyone or anyone that has any doubts and would like to be removed from the roster, I'm happy to negotiate contracts and adjust terms. That being said, no talent contracts will be changed with this partnership and existing terms will still be met. Now, updates on talent things. Saga budgeting has begun. Some artists have been contacted already and have been sent designs to ensure they would like to work with us. We are currently waiting on a few answers back, hoping to have artists finalized by the end of next week for you all, as well as rigging organized and designers and asset artists picked. One-on-one meetings will follow soon to lay out plans and get everything fleshed out. For Spark, I would like to have one-on-one meetings with you all next week to get organized and get timelines sorted out. I'm currently waiting on progress from some of your artists. I've been told that I should receive something soon, but if I don't see progress this weekend from them, I'll begin to be more assertive to ensure things don't go off track. In the meantime, please ensure that Redacted has received your preferred asset artist so we can contact them promptly. Instincts. Your editors start next week. Please download and prepare any clips of shorts content you'd like edited. If you'd like a meeting for some ideas, let me know and we can work something out. As for events, we are launching our first event relatively soon for Instincts. The really cool Great Heist, featuring our first original song, plus rolling out synth song and launching a big campaign for that. Our first Virtux Visions is being sent out for editing, meaning our roadmap will be public soon, featuring teasers for both waves and our very first big collab scheduled for September. And now we have a second Discord message with Kuzi saying, I know there's not been a lot of movement lately in regards to progress. We are still trying to finalize this partnership and there's a lot of variables that go into that. So I just wanted to say I appreciate everyone's patience. I know it can be frustrating when there's no progress on things you can't control, but the reason I'm writing this message is because I want to get caught up on things that are in my control. I'll be working on stuff like the blacklist and asset list, as Redacted mentioned in her message, and I've already made a start on the Virtux Trello, albeit a small start, so that future visibility is improved, as well as fleshing out a social calendar for our Twitter. I understand that no movement progress doesn't mean no communication, so I apologize for my radio silence since I set up those Spark meetings. If you have any questions, feel free to poke me as usual. We are now back in the future, and Vixie says, here he, referring to the CEO, is once again implying that Gunrun has some sort of final say in the company. And we have the Discord screenshot with Reii saying, almost done, haha. Gunrun approved the firing, so almost home free. I just have to do the hard part. Hope you've been alright. This is another Discord screenshot where Reii is implying a partnership with Vshoujo. We have Vixie freaking out saying, holy shit, that's crazy to me. Was it the debuts that made it so that you're doing them faster than you thought? I know you mentioned that in the announcement. Reii said, so I don't want to paint the Vshoujo announcement. Our new manager let it slip a little early by accident. Honestly, it works better this way, even if it's stressful. Vixie would say, oh, oops, gotcha. Is the Vshoujo announcement coming soon then? Reii would say, yep, I was freaking today. With Vixie saying, heck yeah. Oh, that's what the Visions post was about. Or one of those things, lol. Reii confirms, so Visions is a Nintendo Direct style of video, giving a peek into the future. And there are some bullet points indicating what's going to be in the Nintendo Direct style video. We have Vshoujo, Saga, Blair, Agent Ink collab, Cyberpunk Red collab, that we'll announce in the server this weekend, Merc store announcement, our New Year's event, Reii mascot VTuber model teaser, a cute little holidays charity event. Vixie would say, that's so cool, I love that. We have a different screenshot saying, one more thing, I'm going to ask them tomorrow, but after a talk with some agency high-ups, I've decided I'm going to make Kale and Cruz partners in this agency, so me, Kuzi, and them will all be equals. And we're going to go for investment. That way, you guys will never have to worry about whether or not you can do something. But how we're going to do it, I have faith in all of you. It's time I swallow my pride a bit and take the steps needed to make this agency a top 4 contender. Okay, we have Vixie commenting on the situation. On the 4th of December 2024, it came out that the Vshoujo partnership did not exist. Gunrun's partial ownership or position of CMO did not exist, etc. Instead, we learned that there had been the possibility of an angel loan with Vshoujo, and that's it. Other promised partnerships included Clone Partner, Discord Partner, and Hoyoverse. We reached a new section titled Live 2D Model Art Lie. Admittedly, finding a model for my brand wasn't difficult because I wanted a live 2D model with a fully nude base and potential NSFW toggles. We went through so many different options, and they were either not within budget or, according to Reii, they didn't answer him. With Vixie saying, I hope you're feeling better and taking it easy. I was wondering if you had spoken with the potential model mama. Reii saying, hey, sorry I'm so late. My brain is functioning at 10%. I'm trying to, but she hasn't replied. Even Redacted has reached out to her. Even the studio she works with is having trouble getting a reply for our inquiry. I'll try again today. Vixie saying, you're totally fine, honey. We have time. I'll keep looking for some other options too in case it doesn't work out. I appreciate you. With Reii saying, I'll also look for more options in case. Really hope they work out, but always nice to have options. Vixie would say, if all else fails, I think I'm technically still in queue with Redacted and Redacted because they have been iffy about communication, but I hope they work out too. The next message includes a tweet from the artist we were talking about, which has been removed to protect their identity. Okay, so these are the DMs. We have Vixie saying, Reii, I know you were in surgery today, so no rush on replying. I hope it went well and that you bounce back super fast and enjoy eating solid food. With Reii saying, I'll hit her up. Vixie saying, okay, does she have an app process? But hello, good morning. You haven't happened to hear back from her, have you? Reii saying, I'm not yet. I was just going to email her today, to be honest, because it's been a few days. And now we have a different screenshot where Reii and Vixie are just trying to get in contact with the artist and it's not working out. Moving on, we have a different Discord screenshot. Okay, with someone saying starts at $850 full body. I'm usually hesitant when it's someone's first time, but she has made her own models for a couple years now. What do you think? Vixie says, also this closes in 2 days, so you have to decide quickly. Can we schedule a meeting for this week? Reii saying, for sure, sorry. Been going through it mentally, so I took the last 2 days to breathe. Let the things Redacted was saying get to my head and nearly quit, to be honest. I'm so tired of Redacted treating me like garbage and I don't know what to do anymore. Vixie asks, what is Redacted doing? I'm sorry you've been going through it. Vixie continues to say, suffice to say that I sent him a number of artists from around March to July, trying to find an option that would work for a Live 2D model. In mid-July, we finally found one that we both liked and thought would work. We will call them A1 or artist #1. The Discord screenshots show that the model was eventually approved, with Vixie saying, on the 1st of September, Reii reached out to me for an emergency call about switching artists. He told me that another artist, we'll call them A2, had reached out since he had applied to their openings prior. This was plausible to me because I had sent artist 2 to him as a favorite and had assumed he'd actually been contacting the artist I'd sent him. He said that they were interested in creating a Live 2D model for me and could make the requested October 21st deadline if they also did the rigging. I was more attached to A2 style than A1, and he assured me that he had a friend that could fill my slot with A1 so as not to screw them over by cancelling. I agreed to switch. And these Discord messages are just proof that it happened and she's telling the truth. Vixie would say, I was excited. I was relieved to know that things were being handled and that I finally had a model artist locked in. I left things alone so that Reii would add us together into a group chat when able, but over a month went by and I hadn't heard anything. With Vixie saying, Reii, I know you are having PC issues today and I'm sorry to bother you, but I just wanted to double check that everything is okay with the model. We just don't have a group chat with Redacted in it. And the deadline we had talked about is not that far off, so my anxiety is spiked. I also haven't had my Adderall since July, so that's also a thing contributing. I don't mind waiting for Cruz for answers for other things, but that is just a big one. Reii saying, oh yeah, I just told him. I guess he didn't answer because he's setting up from stream. Just getting her on Discord to make it is usually pretty fast, but it's like 10 p.m. there, so hopefully I can make it overnight. Also, BG by Redacted is amazing. Vixie saying, I had a feeling that would happen. I would wait to ask and then beat Cruz to tell me. We have Reii saying, hey, sorry my Discord mobile is being awful today. I updated it and it's not vibing. I'll set up the chat tonight when I get home. Just got her Discord info. Someone saying, yeah, okay, hopefully your Discord stops being a butt. Reii saying, it makes the keyboard type super slow for some reason. Something is happening on Twitch too, sorry to ask. But can you let Cruz know please? Don't want him thinking I've been ignoring him all day. Someone else said, oof, that's weird. I hope it's not a phone issue. Of course I can. Reii saying, thank you. I need to update iOS to clear my caches. We'll do that tonight too. I hope that fixes everything. We have someone saying, I bet it will. Crossing my fingers for you. We have Vixie saying, I was promised an update that I asked for multiple times. We have someone saying, hey, I'm sorry for the delay on things. I got an update over the weekend, but I've been in bed and in the ER for the last few days. He told me not to take any antidepressants while we figure this out, so I've been freaking out. I hope it's nothing serious, I'm sorry. I'll get on my PC when I get home and send it over, and make the chat. With Vtuber saying, oh honey, I'm sorry you've been having so much trouble with your health. I hope they get things figured out. I'm excited to see the update. And chat mate, please take it easy, okay? The guy saying, thank you so much. I think if they figure this out, a lot of other stuff can be solved, so I'm really hoping. I just want to be healthy again. We have Vixie saying, hi lovely, I hope you're feeling a little better. I don't mean to bother you at all, but please don't forget to add Redacted to the chat and send them the whip. That's one less thing off your plate. Please let me know if I can help you in any way. I'm here for you no matter what. Even I was thinking if you paste the Discord info to me or Cruz, we can create the chat, or I can contact them for it. Whatever makes your load easier. With Reii saying, I'm sorry I just woke up, I'll get on my PC and get it done. Today was a bad day, I'm sorry. I'm even behind. Was supposed to make a Times graphic for Kiri, but sorry, this is TMI, my migraine got so bad. I started throwing up. Vixie saying, oh god, I'm sorry. And no, that's not TMI, that's how my migraines are too. Are you feeling better at all? Reii saying, I woke up with red marks on my temples. So I'm freaking out, but Vixie asked, like a heat rash or allergies maybe? And the Reii, the CEO would say, I hope so. Doctor says it looks like a liver thing. I hope it's nothing bad. There would be some back and forth between Reii and Vixie regarding the artist update. And in the end, Vixie says, I did not receive the update. Upset and frustrated, stressed beyond belief. I messaged him again. Reii implied that Artist 2 was now ghosting him and that he was going to let Gunrun get involved to make them answer or finish the model. We have Reii saying, I slept for 13 hours. Also, I'm getting Gunrun involved with Redacted to make her shit herself a bit. Sorry, but this needs to be done so we can debut on time. I'm also authorizing a secondary artist with rush fees in case she decides be sketchy. I know she's doing corporal work right now, so him lighting a fire under her ass should at least get us progress. I've asked around, Redacted can't take work until January 1st. Now, since model artist is available and can do all the NFSW, including the blue site redeems. Scarlett's artist said she can take it based on complexity. Sent her the design and toggles, just waiting for a reply. Monarch's artist is going to be $10,000. So maybe not that one right now. If you have any other artists you love or models, send them my way. I'm approving basically a second model for you and cost as a backup. We have Vixie saying, good, I'm proud of you for getting so much rest. Reii saying, also got Gunrun to message Michi's artist just to see. Vixie saying, gotcha, okay. Reii would say, we got backup plans. Vixie would say, Michi's model is so cute, haha, thank you. Reii replied, saying, also this model won't go into your tab at all, no matter how much it costs. I just want these done for you guys. Vixie would say, I then had a 5-hour meeting with Reii to try and figure out a backup plan. He originally wanted to try and get a model done within the 3-week deadline that he had allotted for the new debut dates. I was skeptical of that, but we spent a long time searching for artists. The next morning, Reii sent me a screenshot of an Iron Mouse tweet implying that Gunrun had gotten her involved to look for a model for me. Timing of this was just crazy. We have Reii sharing a screenshot saying, no fucking way. He shared a screenshot of Iron Mouse's Twitter, where Iron Mouse was saying, looking for someone who can rig and draw a 2D model, super quick, good quality, or a 3D model. And by quick, I mean like 2 weeks. For a secret project. Please leave examples if possible. I will contact ASAP. And we have Vixie responding saying, lol, OMG, what? Okay, that's pretty bizarre. This just looks like the CEO finally got Gunrun to get Iron Mouse to help get some unknown VTuber who hasn't debuted a VTuber model artist? That's pretty strange. Anyway, Artist 2 actually responded to the Iron Mouse tweet. I had been led to believe, of course, that Artist 2 was completely ghosting both of us and Gunrun. My understanding now is that that tweet was actually about getting a model for Kai Cenat. With Reii saying, no fucking way. Gunrun was fucking laughing. Vixie said, oh my fucking god. Reii would say, because she ignored him. Vixie said, oh my god. Reii responded saying, I genuinely can't believe he got her involved. I'm dead. Vixie is stunned as well, saying, is this real life, Lamau? Reii would say, the perks of having friends, implying that he was friends with Gunrun. With Reii saying, just from a quick look, still kinda can't get over the fact that he asked her to do this. We have Vixie saying, okay, let me look at them. Yeah, I don't think my brain has caught up yet. Are we just refunding on Redacted then? Or is it going to be one of those instances where Iron Mouse is like, you were already doing this project, friend? Reii would say, honestly, no idea yet. I just woke up to a message from Gunrun with a link to the tweet. And let me know if any of these are good. I just sent him the screenshot of Redacted with the crying emoji. Because what the fuck? Like, girl, you asked me if we wanted to work with you. And Vixie replying with, for real though. Including a link to the card, Ellie Satelier. Now we have Vixie from the future saying, I insisted that Artist 2 was my favorite and was very sad they were ghosting me. So he said he hoped that Gunrun could get things figured out. With Reii saying, found something out too. Her and Redacted are mutuals. Alright, let me see if Papa Gunrun can work some magic. Vixie saying, of course they can. I hope that means nothing. But our next call and meeting, Reii told me that he had filed a PayPal dispute with Artist 2. And that they'd sent the money back to him and blocked him. He then pushed very hard for me to choose another model artist. I would have a temporary model to debut with the agency and then a proper model starting in July to debut towards the end of 2025. In the Discord, we had Reii saying, so me and Cruz came up with a possible pivot. You'd still be part of Saga, but we'll debut you early next year with one more NSFW creator. Instincts will have one, Saga will have you. We'll call it After Hours and do a launch campaign for both of you. We can get Flynn to do a watch-along with 2 other big creators, and you can both have a debut on Twitch and Fansly. It will generate a lot of buzz for you both and the agency, currently going to talk with both Ebigo and Pixcat OS to be Instinct's counterpart. Willing to take suggestions as well. I think Cruz is still waiting to hear back from the new artist and rigger, but it's good to have backup plans so we can start. Already figured out costs as well. You like this idea? Always happy to meet about it and to take some suggestions. We have Vixie commenting on the situation saying, when it came out that Reii had lied about contacting the artist for our alerts, I decided to go ahead and contact Artist 2 to see what had actually happened with my model. I had previously considered this as I was growing doubtful, but after careful thought, I decided against this. on the off chance that something like a Vshoujo partnership actually existed. Turns out my model was never selected. An artist too had never contacted him proactively. Instead, Reii had reached out to them after my project was not selected during the application phase. Obviously, Vixie is providing some proof that she's not lying. We had Vixie here saying, "Hi, redacted. I wanted to reach out because I feel as though there was some kind of miscommunication. ReiiFlynn was supposed to have reached out to you to commission a model on my behalf. Could you tell me what happened with that situation? Please know that I'm not coming at you aggressively or with negative intentions. I just want to understand because I'm worried I was told an incorrect version of events. Thanks so much. I'll attach my reference as well just to show what it would be." The artist responded saying, "Hi, hope you're doing well. When they filled the application form, they requested full body art only for mid-October with added rigging if they could fit within an early November deadline. We prefer working on rig or art and rig instead of art only. We had other projects that were more interesting to us, and we didn't want to pick a project that might have needed a rush fee as we were coming out of two really dense projects that left us near burnt out." Vixie would then ask, "Oh, okay, I was told that you reached out to him to add me to the queue. Am I understanding correctly that you just declined from the get-go? Thank you so much for your response. I guess I also want to ask if money did actually exchange hands. I was told it was refunded, but if you declined from the beginning," the VTuber artist responds saying, "We received an application through the Google Forms and it wasn't selected. They reached out to us after we announced that the clients had been selected to ask for a reserved slot and it was denied. No money ever exchanged hands as we only do a personalized quote with those we select, and it's only billed when we begin work on the project. This is our full conversation with ReiiFlynn." And now we have the CEO of Virtux, ReiiFlynn, saying, "Hi, redacted. My name is Reii and I'm the CEO and founder of a new agency called Virtux. I had reached out via your form for a slot for one of my talents who absolutely loves your work. Seems like we were not picked, which is unfortunate, but was wondering if it was possible to reserve a slot in advance with you or pay an extra fee/deposit to be able to work with you, either when you're free or when your next slot's open. As I understand, you're unable to accept more work at this time. Our budget is quite flexible, so I'd be happy to discuss something that could work for you if you're interested and can accommodate. I'm always happy to arrange a call via Discord to discuss the project as well. Thanks so much and hope to hear from you soon." The artist actually replied saying, "Hi, we don't offer slot reservations or similar fees to circumvent the application process. If you want, you can tell us the name of the applicant and we can get back to you with a rough idea of the chances it would have to get picked in the future. As always, we cannot guarantee a commission and it greatly depends on the other applicants it is competing against. But if we already know it is improbable to get picked in the future, we can let you know so you don't waste your talent's time waiting for another opening only to be rejected again." Reii replied saying, "It was Vixie, though the name should be under ReiiFlynn or Reii." The artist saying, "We reviewed the application and while it wasn't on our top contenders, it wasn't on the low end either. Being an art-only project, it does lose some appeal to us on a project that would have had a tough competition already. You can apply again on the next commission cycle around January to February if you want, but the chances wouldn't be in your favor if the amount of applications remains close to the amount we have been receiving lately, considering the low amount of slots we can offer. Thank you for your interest and we appreciate you reaching out. We hope that the info was useful. If you need anything else, feel free to ask. Have a nice day." Reii would say, "I had actually said in the app we'd love for rigging too, though we were afraid you wouldn't be able to meet the time frame with rigging included as it was rather tight. So we offered 2 separate time frames. Sorry for the confusion and I should have reached out sooner to confirm that. We'd love for you to work with her, and we'll definitely apply next time and hopefully be able to make it. For reference, since I don't recall if there was a budget section to the form, we are able to expense €12,000 for model and rigging. So if it does come down to that in any way, I'm totally happy discussing pricing further. Thank you so much for your time and hope to work with you in the future." Yet the artist replying, "Don't worry, the budget should be more than enough. The main issue would probably be deadlines, as the one offered, although not hard deadlines, didn't really work well for us with other projects we already had slated. We will probably reopen around January, February as we said, but we would advise you to also apply to other artists/riggers in case you don't get selected then. Thank you for your time too, and we hope that your talent ends up with a model they love, be it from us or from other artists or riggers." We have Vixie thanking the artist saying, "Thank you so much. This is completely different from what I was told. I have to be very careful about what I say because I am under NDA. but settling this helps me a lot as you are one of my favorite artists and riggers. We have the artist saying, we are glad we were able to help and appreciate the kind words. Take care and we hope you are able to resolve whatever is going on. If we can help with anything else, feel free to drop us another message anytime. Vixie saying, thank you so much. The artist would say, without risking any breach to you and your NDA, please do let us know if you end up resolving your issue and/or decide to leave Virtux, as we will proceed to blacklist ReiiFlynn and their agency the moment we don't risk affecting you negatively. We had the Vtuber, Vixie saying, I absolutely will let you know. Thank you so much. And now Vixie from the future gives her thoughts. My speculation is that he never actually applied to Artist 1 and then applied to Artist 2 in an attempt to cover himself. Hence him asking me to switch on the 1st of September 2024 before he had even heard back. He didn't end up actually contacting Artist 2 until the 10th of September. So when he told me things were finalized and he was just waiting for an invoice, it was yet another lie. So essentially from the 22nd of July until discovering the lie on the 4th of December, I had been told that I had a live 2D model in progress. To cover his lies, he went so far as to slander these artists to us so that we would not discover what he had done. Now we reach a new section called the overlays lie. Reii told me multiple times that he had commissioned overlays from a popular graphic designer for a previous talent who was fired, and that he told them to keep the money. He then told me that he would contact them and get them to slot me in, since the slots were paid for, and he confirmed that they were in progress. Unfortunately, I don't have concrete screenshots of this, since it was mostly said in voice, but I do have some talking about them being in progress. Vixie continues, I reached out to the overlay artist in question, and it turns out that they have never received any communication from him whatsoever. They don't even know who he is. We have Vixie saying, hi, I wanted to reach out to you because there's something I wanted to confirm. I was told by ReiiFlynn that he previously commissioned you for some overlays for a talent. Then he ended up having to cancel that. Told me he had reached out to you and that you were willing to make overlays for me to fulfill that order. I just wanted to double check with you and see if that was the case. I have reasons now to believe that he may have been dishonest with me about that. And we have the overlay artist saying, oh god, I'm sorry I accidentally pressed the wrong button. Hi Vixie, nice to meet you. I'm actually quite confused because I'm looking through all my emails and DMs and I have never spoken to this ReiiFlynn before, unless they were using a different name to contact me. Do you happen to know the name of the original talent? If it's okay to ask. Vixie would say, oh my gosh, I think the original talent was redacted. Artist would say, let me check. Vixie would say, okay. The artist would now say, yeah, I never had a conversation with this person before. Vixie would say, oh my god, so he only explicitly said it on voice, but essentially, I'm a Virtux talent that hasn't debuted yet, and we are discovering an enormous amount of lies. We have the overlay artist saying, oh my god, I'm so sorry to hear that. We have Vixie saying, he said that he had already booked redacted overlays with you, but he fired redacted, so he reached out to see if I could have that slot instead, and said that you said it was okay, and then just implied that you were being slow to answer him. We have the overlay artist freaking out at the revelation saying, oh dear, what is going on? I'm checking through my studio request forms, and I don't have any names that match either. Is there a different redacted out there perhaps? Vixie confirms, as far as I know, I'm the only talent he promised redacted's overlays to. And the artist would say, okay, that's specific. And Vixie would say, no, definitely. You, haha. You are my dream overlay artist, so the artist responds, I'm so sorry to hear that. Thing is, I have not opened commissions officially either since April, so it would have been really obvious if they did commission me. The artist would continue to say, I don't have any convos with redacted either. Vixie saying, gosh, that's crazy. Artist saying, you have gone through so much. And now we have Vixie saying he's apparently lied about at least 12 people, including my model artist as well. There are 12 of us. It's crazy. Thank you so much for confirming for me though. We have the artist saying, funny because I do not have them on Discord either, so I'm not sure how they knew I was online. And now we reach a new section titled A Failure to Pay as Agreed. Reii was constantly late on payments to various artists, contractors, staff, etc. As far as I am aware, the only one of the creators contacted to do watch-alongs for Virtux debuts has been paid. Members of our management team have not been paid since October, with one of them having never received a paycheck at all, despite working for 2 months. Vixie continues, I personally split the cost of my emotes with my manager just to get them done, with the hope that he would be paid back by Virtux for his cost of things. At this time, my logo has yet to be paid for, and I'm working to figure out how to pay for that. I had my background artist reach out to me when they didn't receive payments for months. The balance was actually paid, but only after me poking multiple times for the payment to happen. I know that other talents in this agency experienced something similar, but I don't want to speak for them specifically. Please keep in mind that my manager had zero access to company financials, so he was only a go-between, could not make payments himself. Below is a screenshot from my background artist. This is the background artist. Hello, excuse the private message, I am redacted. And I was working with your manager in your background, but a while ago, he doesn't answer my messages, and the background has been finished for a few months. I just wanted to know if there was any interest in continuing with this commission, or they prefer to cancel it. If it is cancelled, I would be giving the fund to someone else, or I would be putting it in my Ko-Fi since the commission is finished, but there is a missing payment. If you need more time, I can understand it and wait, but I just need communication and an accurate date that the payment will be made. We have Vixie saying, "Hi, redacted. I forwarded this message to my manager and CEO, so they should hopefully be resolving this as soon as possible, if not immediately. I'm sorry about that. If for some reason this doesn't happen within the next few days, please let me know." Background artist saying, "Okay, thank you for responding and excuse the insistence." Vixie saying, "No, you're totally fine. I completely understand where you're coming from. I would feel much the same in your shoes." Artist would say, "You're so sweet. Thank you for your understanding. Hi, I just received the rest of the payment. This is the link for the files." We have Vixie saying, "Thank you so much for sending that to me. I'm so sorry again about that experience, but I adore your work so much. You have made an incredible background for me, and I love it to pieces." We have reached another section titled Other Various Lies. If any talent of Virtux began to push back against Reii, he would carefully begin to character assassinate them to the other talents. I only experienced a little bit of this in my conversations with him, as I kept my head down for the most part. If someone was terminated, he lied about the reasons why. We have a Discord screenshot of Reii saying, "Hello everyone. I have the unfortunate news to share that after an in-depth investigation, we have discovered that one of our non-disclosure agreements has been violated, and we have swiftly worked to find the perpetrator. Kuzi, the managers, and I will be dealing with this urgently to ensure the safety of our talents and staff. Security of anything said in the server. We may ask to meet you this week and next to confirm some information as well as to ask about connections to certain creators outside the agency. I want to assure everyone that this does not mean you are being suspected of anything. However, we do need to further verify our evidence in case that legal action has to be taken. The perpetrator will be made to be aware that we know of the actions they have taken at the beginning of our meeting with them. We would appreciate everyone's cooperation in bringing this to a conclusion swiftly, so we can continue building a community where you all feel safe and that you can be yourselves." Okay, fine, this is just a warning message from the CEO to the Vtuber who violated the NDA. And moving on, we have Reii saying, "Hello everyone. As stated earlier today, unfortunately one of our talents has breached their own non-disclosure agreement. Upon receiving solid evidence and confirmation, we have immediately removed her from both servers, the company, and all existing and pending partnerships. Please immediately cease any contact with Redacted. He has been added to the Virtux blacklist. All collaborations and contact with her are banned for talent and staff safety. We have confirmed that the information leaked pertains exclusively to our legal discussions and nothing else. All conversations regarding any other matter are safe from what we're aware of. However, if we are informed otherwise, we will make you aware immediately. We are pursuing legal action against her to the fullest extent of her contract. Any information that can be transparent in these matters, we will be. We are extremely disappointed in her and her actions, and we hope that you can begin to feel safe again in this server. Thanks so much for your compliance." And now we have Vixie contradicting the CEO's words by saying, "Having talked with the talent that is being referred to, they informed me that the reason they were given their termination was that they made people feel uncomfortable, not that they had actually breached contract." Reii was incredibly careful to use the threat of legal ramifications to keep all talents afraid and isolated. We were afraid to reach out to people who had been terminated in the event that something would happen and we would breach our contracts. After people were terminated, Reii continued to character assassinate them to ensure that we did not contact them. And now we reached the final announcement. The Vtuber agency is disbanding. We have the CEO, Reii, saying, "Hello everyone, I first want to apologize that this didn't come sooner. Ever since Friday, I have not had access to a phone or PC until this morning. I won't beat around the bush. To give any excuses, I was a terrible boss that had spread myself very thin. Tried my best to meet expectations, unfortunately, that led me to falling short severely. With everything going on in my personal life and in Virtual X, everything small that happened in the company took a massive toll on me. That, however, should not have affected you all and I should have acted later to fix things, even under the constant pressure. I didn't expect any forgiveness, nor do I expect to make any excuses for my shortcomings. I was a shitty boss, and even though I was trying, I should have tried harder to give you all the proper treatment you deserve. Effective Friday, December 13th, Virtux will cease operations. Additionally, I do intend to complete any promise and started work for talent staff and pay out contracts accordingly. This includes any deliverables still being worked on, and any outstanding balances will be wiped in total, meaning no assets or contracts are expected to be further paid, and contracts will be dissolved. You will each receive a notice of this by this Monday that officially states the dissolving of your contract. Even if it doesn't mean much, I'm really sorry for falling short and breaking trust with you all. I really did start this with the best intentions and wanted to help you all grow. As you're all amazing creators, the problem was me being incompetent, overwhelmed, and not acting faster to ensure you all got the proper treatment you deserved. I'm sorry for failing you all, and even if you all hate me right now, you really are all the amazing creators that I know you'll do well. This final announcement was made on the 11th of December 2024. Reii disappeared from contact on the 6th of December 2024. Later, he ghosted a 9th of September Monday meeting with our managers. According to his roommate, he left for a business trip on the 4th of November and took his PC with him. He returned to the area but has been at a parent's house since the 21st of November. In this announcement, Reii states that he hasn't had access to his PC or phone from the 6th of December until the 11th of December, but I'm friends with him on Steam and he played Marvel Rivals on the 8th of December 2024. The explanation given to our managers was that he was overwhelmed, checked himself into a psychiatric facility. If that's the case, he most likely wouldn't have had access to his Steam account or his PC. Below is a screenshot of his Steam activity, showing when he played Marvel Rivals. Okay, it says ReiiFlynn, and he's been playing Marvel Rivals for 2 hours. Okay. Wow, this guy is a liar, huh? Okay, there are other documents. Vixie saying, as for the other documents posted or released, I will include links to them here. These are all the statements as well as Google Docs, so take a look at them if you are interested. We have reached a conclusion where Vixie saying so many people were deceived. This document doesn't even feel like it encompasses everything. Yeah, there are 7 Google Docs. And while I personally never gave Reii any of my money, as I wouldn't start paying a percentage until my debut, there were many people who have lost money due to his deception. And while Reii has promised to fulfill contracts as promised, even after dissolving the agency, many of us know that we will be left to pick up the pieces and cover the payments that he failed to make. I was originally going to fund my own model and debut earlier this year, but as I was supposed to debut with Virtux and things were going to be funded upfront by the company, I waited. I invested over a year into this agency and I barely have anything at all to show for it. The best thing that happened to me was meeting my fellow talents, who are all wonderful people and did not deserve any of this. Dixie continues, I anticipate that many people will question why we didn't figure things out sooner, and I understand. I were on the outside looking in, I'd probably feel the same. But Reii was very skilled at keeping us afraid, isolated, and manipulated information to make himself look in control. He did a lot of conversations over voice and is very charismatic and great in controlling the narrative. It's only when his hold over things began to fray that we started to see true things. Plus, sometimes he did actually follow through, and that gave him credibility, especially at the beginning. I personally also considered him a good friend and have a history working for him as his own social media manager/PA. I had no reason to think that any of this would be the end result. Dixie asks, why did he do this? I have no idea. I'd like to hope that he started off with good intentions, but I really have no explanation for why things spiraled the way that they did. To the other talents who were let go, I ask that you please remember that we were all manipulated. Please don't villainize us for not reaching out, as we were all told to cease contact and were under the impression that we were bound by an NDA. To ReiiFlynn, I hope that you take responsibility for the overwhelming amount of hurt that you've caused. Words truly cannot describe how much damage you've done. Anyone reading this, please be careful. Please be skeptical of the promises of a person or an agency, no matter how legitimate they sound. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. I consider myself to be pretty good at sussing out scams or lies, but I was still taken in by this. Hindsight is 2020, and this is honestly just a small chunk of what happened and doesn't cover the many experiences of my fellow talents. Thank you for reading about my experience. And Vixie ends by saying, please stay vigilant and always advocate for yourself. We now reach the TLDR and extra details section. Apparently, ReiiFlynn promised a debut in October 2024, promised that my model, Dixie's model, overlays and alerts would be completed in time. Big C went through many instances of being ignored or ghosted by the CEO. Big C discovered that anything she was told about her model, alerts, and overlays were fabricated completely, and said artists were slandered in the process. He heard defamation about other talents multiple times over at VC. He was diminished to just being a moneymaker and pawn creator to other talents over VC just because she does NSFW work. Big C was promised a VShoujo partnership. Big C was promised high-profile watch-alongs for her debut with creators like Cottontail or Dokibird. Big C was essentially threatened into silence and obedience with the implication that putting a toe out of line would result in legal ramifications. Big C had to cover portions of the payments for the assets herself. The logo is still not paid for. Many people and employees involved in the agency or doing things for the agency have not been paid. Big C has been lied to for months and months and months about so many things. There's just so much that everyone else has on him. Someone else confirming that Gunrun had 10% of Virtux and this was a lie told by ReiiFlynn. And then we had someone else saying that Reii owes them $4,000 in total. We even have someone called Soma who ReiiFlynn lied about. Apparently, Reii said Soma told an artist that they didn't care that their mom died. Reii also claimed that he sued the hell out of Soma and won the lawsuit for $100,000. This is insane. I think this Soma guy, is the one who was mentioned in Big C's document. I think it's him or her. According to Soma, apparently Reii also lied about making a song with Shoto, hiring Giga for a song, paying false ID to cover Virtux, having a manager that was working with him to get Omo Cat's collaboration or something. And apparently Reii also lied about hiring a musician who made music for art nights, who was supposed to make BGMs for the Vtubers. Apparently Reii lied about hiring Studio Trigger, which is a very popular anime studio, to make some animation. And we also have the lie where Virtux was partnering up with VShoujo. So we have 3 people now confirming that Reii actually did lie about the VShoujo partnership. We also had DMs to prove that ReiiFlynn actually made those lies. And this is the one about Trigger. This is about hiring Giga for an original song. This is about Surge VT. God knows why he lied about Surge VT. This is the false ID claim, where false was supposed to cover Virtux. Obviously, this is a lie. And after lying about false ID covering Virtux, Reii would proceed to lie about working on a song with Shoto, of all people. This is insane. This Reii guy has told so many lies that it's literally catching up to him. There are 7 different Google Docs just accusing him of things, and all of them have proof. They literally have Discord screenshots showing that Reii actually did lie and did say these things. This is insane. You have to wonder what the hell was going on this guy's head when he made all those lies. Why would he lie about Dokibird, about VShoujo, about Gunrun, about false ID, about Shoto, about getting all these deals, even the Studio Trigger lie? Why make up all these lies when they are easily verifiable? If you make lies about big names in the VTuber industry, obviously you're going to be outed very, very quickly. So it doesn't make sense to me why he would lie about this. But he did. He saw the Discord screenshots. He did lie. And that's the messed up part. We'll never know why. I think he's deleted his Twitter as well, so I think this is the last we've heard of him. Just be careful, guys. There are a lot of scammers in the VTubing industry. Even the largest creators are not safe from scams, so take care of yourself. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. This is Terry Nebula signing out.